What's up, guys? Willie's Comics back with another video. Just gonna do a fun one today, I guess. Top 25 pickups from 2021. This is not necessarily for my personal collection. This is just books that I picked up from collections, purchases from people that I know, buying collections, eBay lots, and then like finds from Comic-Con or at stores and whatnot. But yeah, I'm actually sick with COVID. So I'm feeling okay. I felt worse yesterday. I still don't feel great, but I'm bored, so I figured I'd make a video. But yeah, I'll get right into it. I have 25 books. There's a few more keys. I have my key box right here. There's a few more that I'm sure maybe it would have been different for other people, but I don't want to all take it all from the same collections and whatnot, so we switched it up a little bit. So, starting out for number 25, I got Batman Detective Comics, number 475. This is the iconic and newsstand edition, iconic Laughing Fish story with Joker and Batman. Excuse me. I picked this up in a lot. Basically, this guy was selling some TMNT books, and I missed out on it, and I asked him, and he wasn't a comic book seller, do you have any more books? And he said, yeah. It was like 60 books-ish for like 80 bucks. So I paid like $1 and some change a book. And they had three really nice keys in there. This is one of them. So I thought this was a really cool book. But yeah, there's number 25. Number 24, this is and again, this isn't necessarily completely based on value, kind of, but not necessarily. So you'll see. I bought this at an eBay lot again. It was full of like 14 key books. I forgot, it was a really good price. I basically paid like $15 to $20 a piece for each book. I think 4 of them were under that value, but like barely. They were all like $5 books, but the rest basically were well above that. But one of them was the first appearance of Squirrel Girl. What is it? Marvel Superheroes Winter Special, 1991. It's a newsstand, but it's also the first appearance of Squirrel Girl. So I thought that was a pretty cool book that they had in there. But yeah, cool book there. This next one I got in the first Silver Age book on this list. I got in a lot from or a collection from one of the guys I work with. I think there's maybe 1 or 2 more books in there, I forget. But I love this cover, and it is Captain America 118, the second appearance of the Falcon. I'm a huge fan of this cover. I just really like the book, so that had to make the list right there. Up next, I got a modern book, some Spiderman. This book I got from a small short box collection, and I bought some toys. And he was missing a really big Deadpool key, but it was a Deadpool and Walking Dead collection, just a short box. But I wasn't really expecting any big keys in there, but it was really good for the price, especially for like the decent back issue. But this was a really cool book in there. I think it's the first appearance of Lady Stillman, but the cover is what's really popular. This is Amazing Spider-Man 611. This is a Scotty Young cover, and with Deadpool and Spider-Man. I really like the cover. It's a really popular book. I think it goes for a decent bit on eBay. Nothing crazy, but it's like a $30 plus book, $40 plus book maybe. It's been a while since I've checked, but yeah, really cool book there. This next one I actually very recently picked up, and I like this book a lot. One, because of the cover, the character I really like, and I picked it up in a back issue bin at one of the local shops when I was home on vacation for 10 bucks. So this is the Incredible Hulk 234 newsstand, the first appearance of Kazar. It's not the first appearance of him, but it's when he gets the name Kazar. So it's a really hot book right now. But yeah, I found this for 10 bucks in the back issue bin at this shop. So that was really exciting. So there's that. Up next, I found this at a local con. I call it a comic convention. It was a very, very, very small con. It's basically this comic store it was in the mall, and across the way they have this little room that they let, I guess, local vendors, they rent it out to them once a month, and they hold a little mini con. So I found this at a guy's booth for $6. This is Fantastic Four 244 newsstand, and this is the first appearance of Franky Ray. Who I think becomes a Herald of Galactus, but I love this cover. I love the pinks and the purple. It's just a sick cover. I found this for $6. It is a really hot book, so nice there. This is a really cool one. I found this for $5 at a shop 3 hours from me, I believe. I was visiting some city, seeing some people like my parents, I think it was, and I found this in the $5 bin. This is Tales of the TMNT 36. A super cool cover, obviously. And it's if you go on Key Collector, it's apparently a super low print run, like 3,000, like a little over 3,000 copies, which is very low. And that's just an awesome cover. But this goes for a decent bit. It's got a fold right here, but again, for $5, I don't even know if you can see it, but for $5, you can't beat that. Super cool book. Very hard to come by, so I thought that was cool. This one I also got while I was on leave. This is Justice League number 31. I basically went to 2nd and Charles, and I was looking for comic books, but they had Justice League 0 through 52, priced at like $80. I think it ended up being like $1.50, maybe a book-ish. But I knew that this was a really hot book, Justice League 31, the first appearance of Jessica Cruz. It ended up really working out for me because they had some other books in there that had a little bit of value as well. A lot of cool keys in that run, but this is definitely the best one. A really cool cover in my opinion. I love the Green Lanterns in general. That's one of my favorite things about DC, so really cool book there. Up next, I have 2 copies of this, but this isn't the original one I got. This is one I got from an eBay lot. But the original one I got, I bought some stuff from a lady locally, and then I didn't want some of it. I just wanted some of it, but not the rest of it. So I traded it to a guy who was listed a lot of comics, like 25 comics. And I didn't want to pay what he was asking because it was kind of what it was worth, but I ended up being able to trade him. And value-wise, it worked out great for me because what I was into, it was very little. But I got the first appearance of Nightwing and the Origin of Deathstroke newsstand. So I had 2 of these. This was the better copy. This is the one I got from eBay. The other one's almost looks the exact same. It's just got a small tear like over here on that copy. But overall, just a super cool book. Underrated book in my opinion, but I think it's starting to, it gets more popular. This is a really cool book. This is the second collection I believe I bought, or from the second collection I bought. I don't think I posted this to YouTube, but the second collection I bought was, I think, a few long boxes maybe. It was all modern. I think it might have been 3 short boxes and a long box or something like that. But this was definitely the best book that was in there. A lot of books, paid $200 for probably, I don't know, at least 500 books plus maybe. So it's a great deal, but they had a few keys in there, but this was the best one. This is the Amazing Spider-Man 569, the first appearance of Anti-Venom, but this is the variant cover with the Venom cover, which is a very hard book to come by, so to find this in the wild was really cool. It's just a sick cover. I think this is like an $80 book. I'm not sure. It's last time I checked it was. I don't know if it's gone up because, Venom's really popular, but there's that. Up next, I bought this from a local guy who listed some comic books, and I asked him if he had any more comic books. He said yes, and showed me a bunch of stuff, and I told him what I was interested in, and I bought 3 different sets from him, and then a couple other things here and there, but this set I bought 1 through 4 for $100, which I thought was a good deal, considering this book alone's worth basically that, maybe a little bit more, or probably about that. Because I think this set goes for like $200 pretty easily. This is Wolverine #1, the 1982, I believe. Obviously the iconic cover there. But yeah, really cool book. I was really excited to get this. Just a sick cover. Everyone knows what that is. Up next, I got this from the first collection I bought. Really, I think this is probably the second best key from that. This is Uncanny XMen 266, newsstand edition. First appearance of Gambit. Nice cover there. Really cool book. Or debated first appearance of Gambit, if you want to go with that. Again, these next two are also from that collection that I bought from the guy I work with. This one right here is Spider-Man 361. It's not a newsstand, it's direct, but it is the first appearance, first appearance of Carnage. Obviously, you know why that's a really cool book. It had to make the top 25. So there's that. And then, honestly, I like this one even more. This is the Amazing Spider-Man 252, newsstand edition, the first appearance of the black costume in comic books. Secret Wars #8 is the origin of the black costume. This is the first appearance of it. So, really cool book there. Awesome cover. Up next, I got Invincible Iron Man #9. This is from the... I'm sorry, I already spoiled it, but this is from the collection that I bought with... there's a modern collection. It was three long boxes for like $240. I paid probably like 40 cents a comic, if maybe that. I may have paid less, but first full appearance of Riri Williams, who later becomes Ironheart. It's a direct edition, but obviously a really, really popular book there. So there were 4 really big keys I got from that collection, and this is one of them. So I think this is the 3rd biggest one. But yeah, really excited about that. But I didn't even know that was a key. I didn't recognize it. So when I saw it and I looked on Key Collector, I was like, oh. So that one was a cool find. Up next, this is one that I bought in a lot, or part of a collection that I plan to continue to buy from a family friend. He has a bunch of comics for sale, and I told him that I wanted to buy it, but I couldn't buy it all at once right now just because he's back home and I'm up with the Army. So I told him just to get my foot in the door and show that I'm serious about it. I bought like a tub of books from him, and I paid $250 for like about a little under 300 books. I was honest with him about 2 books, and I paid up for this one, but it ended up being really cheap anyway because all the bulk, I got it for little to nothing. So basically I paid less than $1 a book. But this is a super cool book, Thor God of Thunder #2. The first appearance of Gore the God Butcher, who I honestly had looked a lot into the character and I really like. I think he's super cool. I think I also have #6, which is the first cameo of Null, and I love that cover as well. I didn't put it in the top in this list, but I have that as well. But I think this is top 10 right here. Up next, one that I also found while I was home. I went really hard on the comic book hunting while I was home. This was from I said it was a pawn shop, or I guess it was a pawn shop. It's more like a collectible store, but they sell a lot of like coins and whatnot. So this is more like I don't know, but he also had comic books. But my buddy was flipping through the books, and I guess he didn't realize that this was a key, and I recognized it instantly. Not mint, but it's just the importance of it. I just think it's super cool. This is Captain Marvel #26, the first cover appearance of Thanos, as you can see right there. This is also the second appearance of Thanos, and I think the first appearance of Death, maybe? Lady Death? I don't know. Don't quote me on that. I just know that it's the first cover appearance of Thanos and the second appearance of Thanos, which is super cool. And I found this for $11. I paid $11 for this book specifically, so can't go wrong with that at all. I'll pick that up all day. Up next, this was an eBay lot. I found this book. I paid for this lot like $23, I believe. It was like a little bit more than $1 a book. This was like honestly the only really good book from there. The rest of them half of them were like trash, and it's basically just worth throwing out or giving away. And then the other ones were like still pretty beat up. So this is like the only worthwhile book. But I paid $23 for probably like 15 books, 16 books. So a little bit more than $1 a book. But the reason why I found it is because it was hiding behind, barely peeking out. It was just like the corner of it where you could see the little title and the numbers. So I knew what it was instantly. But and I took a bet. hoping that it would be in good shape, and it was actually the best book in that lot, so that was good. This is Miss Marvel number 16, the first cameo appearance of Mystique. So to find this book for $23 or even less, really, if I end up selling all those other books, just super cool. I mean, I got other books with it, so I paid less than 23. But yeah, first cameo of Mystique, got it for super cheap, very cool. This next one, I love this cover. Again, this is from that guy that I messaged, and he had a bunch of books, and I bought 3 sets from him. And I paid a little bit up for them. I thought they were great deals. This was a TMNT lot for like, I think 75 maybe. And it came with a big old trade that's worth like 30 bucks. A bunch of first print from volume 1 books, like 5, like maybe 7, I say 5. I think it's like 7 or 8 of those issues, and those are really popular, and those definitely aren't cheap comics. And then another Batman and TMNT number 1, but this was definitely the book. I paid like $75. I think this one alone's worth that, maybe more. But this is TMNT number 1, the 5th printing. I just love this cover. It looks super cool. Yeah, so this book alone was worth that. So I thought that was a great deal. So I went ahead and bought that. This next book I acquired from, and I don't know if I probably put it, I think I put it on here. I acquired this from a trade. I had Pokemon cards that I invested into. I thought I would need Pokemon cards and Magic cards and all that stuff, but I realized that I've really kind of acquired a lot of comic books and action figures over this past year, so I realized I didn't need that stuff, so I just kind of sold it and got rid of it. So I put the Pokemon cards up for trade, and it surprisingly worked out way better than I thought it could have. So the biggest book that I got from that trade was Captain America 100. It's not mint, obviously, you can probably tell, but this is the basically Silver Age number 1 Captain America. I think it's formerly Tales of Suspense. So Tales of Suspense 99, then it's Captain America number 100. So Silver Age Captain America number 1, basically. Big premiere issue. Super cool book. Basically, I got a few other keys as well. I got this. I got some Crisis on Infinite Earth books. And then I also got the first appearance of Firestorm and some other nice books, like Silver Age books, like 101 and 102. And for Pokemon cards that I had no interest in keeping. So yeah, that worked out way better than I thought it could have. So that was really exciting there. I think we're into our top 5, so we'll go ahead and get into that. This book is at number 5, just because I had this book and it wasn't new to me, basically, but it's definitely a really special book to me. Knights of the Old Republic number 9. I got this from a collection of 126 comics that I bought for $100. This guy was listing some Hulk comics locally, about an hour away, and I asked him, hey, do you have any more comic books? And he said yes. So he started showing me books over the next few days, and I was like, oh, okay, nothing really eye-catching. And then he showed me, the day before I met him, KOTOR 0 through 31. So I have 31 as well, but he had number 9 in there, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. How much do you want for all the comic books? And he said, how about $1 a piece? And I was like, could you do $100 flat? And he said, yep, that's cool with me. So yeah, I paid $100 for 126 books, and this was in there. So that was a super score. I was not expecting to find that either. Number 4, I got, this was from the first collection I bought. This is a Turtles book again. This is TMNT Adventures number 1, newsstand edition. This is the first appearance of Bebop, Rocksteady, and Krang, and this is also the debut of the multicolor bandanas. And again, it's a newsstand as well. So this is the first time they have different colored bandanas. I'm thinking about rebagging and boarding, get rid of that. It's kind of in the way. I liked kind of putting why the importance of the book was on there for a lot of these books, but I feel like this one's too much in the way. We'll see. But yeah, first appearance of Bebop and Rocksteady, and I think it says Krang as well. I think it's Krang. But yeah, that's just a really cool book. I saw it in that collection when I was going through with them, and I was like, ooh. But I wasn't sure. I didn't realize it was that important of a book. I just knew that it was popular. I think we're getting to the top 3 here. So number 3, this is from that modern collection of 3 long boxes that I paid $2.40 for. This is Ultimate Comics All New Spider-Man number 1. This is the first solo title and second appearance of Miles Morales. I love this cover. I think this cover is better than his first appearance cover, but it's his second appearance and his first solo title. I got the poly bag. It just wasn't sealed. But yeah, just a beautiful book there. I remember he said that he had the debut of Miles Morales, and he was FaceTiming me and going through it, and I saw this, and I was like, do you have Ultimate Fallout 4? And he was flipping through it, and I don't think he knew what it was. And then when I saw it, I was like, okay, man, I'll come over there and get them right now. So that was a great deal. Number 2, excuse me, I don't know if I just spit. Number 2, I have 2 of these, but this is from the first collection I bought. This is New Mutants number 98, the first appearance of Deadpool, and it is also a newsstand copy, and I have 2 of these. So when I went to check out that first collection, he sent me a list of books that he had, and it said New Mutants, and it said issues whatever through 98, and he said he had like, it wasn't every single issue, but when I saw 98, I was like, okay, I gotta go check this out. I checked it out, and he had 2 copies of this. The other one's in there. I'm not really worried about pulling it out, but yeah, first Deadpool newsstand. It's in pretty good shape. I don't think it's a 9.8, but this thing is clean. So yeah, really cool book. And then last but definitely not least, this is definitely the best book that I got since I've started buying collections and all that stuff, and seriously, trying to buy to build this Comic-Con thing. This is Ultimate Fallout number 4. This is from that collection, obviously. This is the first appearance of Miles Morales. It's not the whatever edition it's not the red Marvel logo. It is the black one so it's the first printing. So this is an extremely expensive book. Super happy to have found this. But yeah, I don't know if it's a 9.8. I don't even think I plan on getting it graded. I'm not big on grading, but this thing is super clean, even if it's not a 9.8. I mean, it's just super clean, so whatever. But yeah, that's the top 25 books, I believe, from 2021 that I picked up. There was one that barely missed it. There's actually a couple I probably would have put in this top 25. But I bought them like 3 days ago. So I'm going to release that video probably after this one, just because I don't want to wait too long to post this one. But the other one was a haul, kind of a collection that I was able to pick through on Monday or Tuesday. Wait, whatever. I think it's Monday of this week. So I think the 3rd or 4th, I think it was the 3rd. But yeah, so anyways, I'm gonna quit rambling. Thanks for watching, and until next time.